to Deadlands Dime Novels, The Adventures of Young and Holt, Issue 27, on the Reddington Trail. I'm your narrator, Ernest Wick, intrepid reporter for the Tombstone Epitaph. In this issue, now that they've found him, Young and Holt start to plan what to do about Reddington. That is, assuming Porter doesn't get too distracted by seeing where Wild Bill was shot and learning more than he may want to. So back to Deadwood and seeing where they're at.
When we left, you were heading down Main Street, I think, to the livery to get some stuff out of the saddlebags. But then you were going to turn up a side street just to see more of the town. Mm-hmm. And then in the crowds of people, and this was, I think, still, it wasn't even lunchtime yet. It was still fairly early in the morning. But then in the crowds of people coming towards you along Main Street, you noticed Blonde Coat. And I believe you also noticed Ike walking behind him. And then you had captured Porter's attention, and you saw him as well. The streets continue to be, people are going in and out. Wagon or two is going by. There are people who have either set up shop and are shouting to get your attention, or their shops already open and they're either just standing out there, or people are going into the stores or whatnot. Or there's people you can see streaming and heading out into the hills. Some of them are looking like going on definite worn trails. Some are not as worn trails. They're still heading out into the hills to go and do their mining. But yes, you have spotted Blonde Coat, and it appears that he's heading down Main Street towards your direction. Obviously, he's somewhere in the middle, slightly off to the side. You can't tell exactly where where they're going because they're just heading straight down the street. You essentially were in the intersection, I believe, of Main and Gold. Had taken a step or two up Gold, and then you saw him coming down Main Street towards the north end of town, towards where the Bell Union and Gem are, right at the mouth of.
Gotcha.
But I mean,
So when we get on Main Street, we'll basically be behind him.
Well, no, he's probably right just before Lee Street there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, and heading in your direction.
I'll grab Porter by the collar. I just saw Blonde Coat. And Ike.
Wait, who's Ike?
I never told you the story about Ike?
Wait. I think it sounds familiar. You have to refresh me later when we're not trying to figure out what's going on.
Alright, they were heading this way. How you want to play it?
We should probably get out of the way and watch them, see where they're going. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Or we could just get their attention and have a showdown right here. Take care of the problem.
That seems out of my league.
Alright, follow him it is.
You're so honest. I don't think I can handle that.
It's probably true.
I'll wait on this corner, you cross the street and wait for him to go by.
Are you asking Porter to be inconspicuous? Is that what you're asking?
As far as other people here, it would be very easy to blend, and you're not necessarily the best dressed person around here. I'm assuming you're still wearing your suit, right?
I had to buy a new suit, remember?
But you are not necessarily the best dressed person here.
If we hadn't just spent like $200, I might consider fixing that. Alright, yeah, let's find some corner to linger at. Or side to linger at.
Do you want to cross the street and linger, and I can linger on this corner, and that way we can cover both sides of the street?
Sure. I will head down and head across. I will stealth it.
I'll give you a plus. Actually, I'll give you a +4 to that, simply because of the amount of people and things going on.
I'll take a 9 then.
All right. So you're going across Gold Street, that little side section or so.
I'll kind of linger near the hardware store.
Joshua, where are you going to go then?
I'm going to be on the front side of the Opera House, next to it, in that little building.
Okay.
Business.
All right.
It's right next to
the Opera House?
Nice Opera House there on that corner.
Alrighty.
Golden Main.
Both of you make me smarts checks.
Just re-roll both those 6s.
Okay, very nice.
8.
Same here.
Okay. I mean, if you didn't already remember to refresh your memories, you actually did quite a good job, and you're very convinced that Blondecoat did not see you when you were in the Giant's burial mound.
The guy I shot didn't see me long.
Exactly. He didn't see you, and there was somebody else in there who you're figuring probably was Ike, and there was a very good chance he did not recognize you, although there is also a very good chance that he might recognize you from the past. And though you may have made eye contact with Blondecoat at one time, you never interacted with him when you were in Worthington. Probably also will not know who you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be perusing a corner shop or something.
Okay, as they go
and
by.
basically just keeping my eye to the crowd.
I'll probably take a load off on one of the little raised walkways and fan myself, sort of.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, the boardwalk.
It is quite hot. It is getting quite hot out. The two of them walk by amongst other people who are also walking through here. You can notice, and Joshua, you also probably notice as well, as you are peeking over your shoulder. They occasionally exchange a few words. You can't tell what they're talking about, but they continue on up the street. As you watch, they keep going and eventually make their way into the Bella Union.
I guess once they go inside, I will kind of meander my way back over to you. They went up
Yep,
to the...
I saw. So, now we know where they're at. Still want to go to the livery?
I would like to get my stuff.
So you going back down the livery?
Yep.
You get back down there, and Carmichael is there. Are you back a little soon?
Sun's up.
The sun is up. Need to get into your see your mounts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Be with you.
Yep.
Morning.
Morning.
It's a little more horse than I can ride by myself.
They all seem to be in pretty good shape. You got them brushed down, all right. I don't know, might be a little wear and tear. I'm thinking that two of you trail quite a bit.
It can get long and hard out there.
For sure. All right.
Much obliged for the brush down.
Absolutely. Bit of friendly advice. Next time you take him out, you could use a mite bit more water. Something to keep an eye. He turns away and goes back to doing what he's doing.
Head out to the lot that they've got them put in. Open up the chest in front.
Get my stuff. Shotgun, the ammo, stuff like that.
Hopefully the Carmichael's not staring too much.
At one point, he probably gives, is you're exchanging words. He might glance once briefly if he hears any sort of sounds related to like the gun, if you're just checking the shotgun. But he looks, and then he looks away.
You're pulling the shotgun out. I'm strapping on 2 sidearms.
But no, he really minds his own business. You're not causing problems right at this moment, so he has no need to cause any problems back your way.
I'm going to leave kindness and mercy here.
All right.
But I'm going to go ahead and grab due diligence and misery's end. Strap those on. Pack a few bits and bobs in one of the saddlebags. Leave the saddle and all the bit and bridle and stuff here. And then just sling a saddlebag over a shoulder. The rifle and all that'll stay here too.
So, we need to find out what he's up to?
Yep. We got an extra horse to sell.
We do?
And at 7 o'clock tonight, I need to take in a show at the Language.
I'm assuming to sell the horse?
No. See the girls. Horse is before the show. Show's at 7 o'clock.
Okay. Sure.
Selling the horse is at, what was the name of that bar? Said it was on the rundown side a little bit.
Brit Star.
The Brit Star.
Brit Star. Or Brit Star, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter.
Just drop a couple of letters.
The Brit Star.
Brit Star.
The what?
The Britster. The Bright Star. Sorry, I had a little bit to drink this morning
I
already.
I wasn't going to ask, but I kind of assumed. I mean, we did sit down at a bar and have a drink together not too long ago. So, what are we doing then?
Why are you asking me, Porter? It's your story. God. Gotta do everything around here.
I mean...
You're the one trying to get me killed, right?
I never said that. Okay. So...
I just know that we need to meet up with Samson Woodward.
Who's that?
It's the gentleman that wants to buy the horse.
Oh. You're throwing names and locations at me I've never heard of before.
Keep up, Porter. Want a drink?
We just had one!
Okay.
First, we need to figure out what he's doing. There's 2 ways to go about that.
We could ask him.
What?
Never mind. What are you thinking?
There's 3 ways we could go about doing this. 1, we follow him. I don't know how well that would work. I've never done it before. 2, we break into his room and see what he's got. See if there's any information there. That I'm a little better at.
Good to know. I'll start hiding my possessions a little bit.
Getting through train doors is you need special tools for that. And 3, we get him to hire us. And we figure out what he's doing. I don't know how well that's going to work. Or if he's hiring.
Well, I only saw one fellow with him. Last time he had 2, so I would say there's an opening.
Probably for someone more of your caliber than mine.
Caliber, I see what you did there.
Didn't mean to. Sounds great.
Are you walking and talking while you're doing this, or are you just discussing on one of the respective corners?
I think we're just standing where he was standing earlier,
All
talking.
Right. Okay.
So we left the livery and we kind of headed up the street, but...
So, what do you think? Any of those?
I'm good with any of them. Probably best to follow him first, though.
Okay.
I'm kind of wanting to see what Ike's up to.
Who?
Ike.
Oh,
The mountain of a man that was with him.
you know him.
Well, I knew him.
Is that going to be a problem?
Well, since I figured he was already dead once.
Do you need to talk to him?
Eventually.
The fact that they're staying...
I am a mite curious.
The fact that they're staying in our location might be a little bit of a... You're probably going to run into him fairly shortly, considering we need to drop all this stuff off in there.
Yep. Let's hope he hadn't been drinking. He's a mean cuss when he drinks.
Sounds a lot like you.
Can't deny that.
He's either going to notice you or not. We have to go there anyways.
Joshua, as you're walking back, make me a visual-based notice check.
Would you like the 2 or the 1?
I'll take the 2. All right. So yeah, you make your way back down the street, not a problem. And
Before we go in,
all right.
do we want to go in separate? In case he does recognize you? Or...
And this is why you're good at cards, always thinking.
I just don't want to be shot while playing cards. Or anywhere else.
This is Deadwood. People get shot.
I
Sometimes in the back.
intend not to be one of them.
While you're standing out there discussing, Porter, make me a hearing-based notice check. You're automatically going to fail this one, Joshua. Look at your roll.
I think it's 5.
You overhear from behind you, back over to the right, you hear a couple people talking, and they drop a couple of names.
Oh boy.
That ring a bell with you. They drop the name Charlie Rich, Carl Mann, and Con Stapleton. You overhear the conversation, and these 2 gentlemen are talking behind you, and no, they're in there. I saw them. I went in and I saw them. The conversation kind of fades out as they continue walking, and you're racking your brain. You know you've heard those names before. You can't remember offhand exactly what they are, but make me a smarts check and let's see if it gets any deeper
5.
than that. You recognize them enough that you know that those people have something to do with Wild Bill. What you're not sure, but they have something to do with Wild Bill. And you know a little bit about Wild Bill anyway. He also was he loved playing cards. He loved gambling. He absolutely loved playing poker. You're just a little foggy on your Wild Bill history at the moment because Joshua's probably got you all worked up with this whole thing. But you know that those names have something to do with Wild Bill.
So I just kind of stop in the middle of what I'm saying, and my head, I'm cocked slightly to the side, listening, and then, what was I saying?
You're wanting me to go in first.
Yeah, because I don't want, in case we run into him later, he won't associate us together. I kind of want to go see that Wild Bill thing, too.
Wow.
I'll let you draw a chip for just going full tourist on Joshua.
Oh, maybe you should leave the money with me.
When have I ever frivolously spent our money? Besides a dress for Annabelle. Although that had a good reason. That wasn't frivolous. So I guess never.
There was that horse.
What horse?
Red Jet?
I'm riding it, aren't I?
Okay.
Do you need money? Is this going to be a problem?
Nope. Just be wary of the sights. Something about a fool and his money. Never could remember the rest of it.
You calling me a fool?
No, not at all. You're just young.
He's calling me a fool. It shouldn't be long. I'll be back. Can't be that much to see, right?
You'll find me at the bar.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me. At least drop off your stuff in your room or something. Anyway, I guess you're not really carrying anything.
I got a saddlebag slung. That's about it.
Okay.
Joshua, so you're going into the Bella Union?
Hat down like always.
Right.
Slowly bring it up.
Okay, you walk in. There's a few more people in here than there was in the morning, whether they're just sitting there drinking or there might be a couple of miners taking a little bit of a break.
I give a wink to Lord Horatio Featherbottom.
He's over there. Hello there. You've come back in.
Did you finish off that half bottle I left you?
I'm working on it. I want to...
Best to savor.
Yes, I was just about to say I'm going to savor the flavor. Which is what I'm trying to do. I'm not getting myself kicked out today. Any luck with whatever it was that you and your friend were talking about?
So far, so good.
Oh, good. Good to hear. Yeah. There's a few more people in here. I don't know if you... He leans in. I don't know if you noticed. There's a card game going on over in that corner over there, but that fellow, he's playing dominoes. I don't see that very often. You peek over there, and sure enough, there's Blonde Coat. And he's actually sitting at a table with an obvious prostitute, and then somebody else, and the three of them are playing a game of dominoes together. Ike is not present.
Don't see Ike anywhere.
Do not see Ike anywhere. I used to play dominoes back as a lad. I used to be pretty good at it. My father taught me. I don't think he ever taught me all the rules, though, because he always kept beating me. I always felt like he was holding something back. I mean, he wouldn't tell me everything, you know. And such was father. He was very, very competitive. That's part of the reason why I left, you know.
Joshua will pull up a chair next to him, sit down, kind of kick back, enough where he can see Blonde Coat's table from where he's sitting.
Featherbottom continues to just kind of prattle on.
Yep. I'm half listening.
Okay.
Catching every other word and every once in a while going, what? And then just ignoring him.
At one point, he does say, it's a bit of a sticky business with these murders of late, huh?
Like murders?
Well,
You mean
yes.
the ones on the outskirts of town?
Well, yes, but there was one on the inskirts, so to speak. Did I tell you that was... I saw the killer. He takes a pull off the whiskey. No one, for some reason, believes me. I don't know why that is. I swear I saw
A
it.
reputable gentleman as yourself. and
Exactly.
No one believes you.
That is what I said. I said, I am a former ghost rock miner. I'm nobility from England. Why they should just believe me out of hand.
You've thrown away
And then they just dismiss me out of hand.
You've thrown away more money than they'll ever see in a lifetime.
Exactly. I could have, in my head there, I could have bought them 3 times over. But yeah, Marshal Bullock wouldn't listen to me, but then sure enough there are more murders. That's not my problem. Yes, Mr. Jacob Whitman. He was the one, he was the tannery owner. He was a good man.
So they murdered the tannery owner?
Yes, he was the victim. I was spending some time relaxing in an alleyway. Enjoying another bottle.
How relaxed.
I was very relaxed. I had actually. It was a clean alley. I had considered sleeping in there that evening.
Second bottle, third bottle, relaxed.
Oh. Well, now you're asking me some tough questions. Sheriff Bullock didn't ask me any questions. Or Marshal Bullock. Why am I?
Sheriff, Marshal, they all wear a badge.
That's true. They all enforce the law. They're good men. At the heart of it all.
Yeah, some of them ain't. Some of them are.
Yeah, that's true. I cannot argue with that. Well, anyway, yes. So then I saw the giant approach, and
like a big man.
He was a behemoth of a man. He was so large. I mean, you're no slouch, but you would seem insignificant next to this individual. He smelt of an animal pen, and I couldn't quite see, but I and it may have been a trick of the shadows. I will admit that. I swear that I saw, and as he says that part, because your eyes have been kind of going back and forth, you see Blondecoat get up. He has collected his dominoes. The sound of the dominoes clicking back kind of brought you out of Featherbottom's story. And he collects them and he pops them in his bag, but he keeps two in his hand, and he kind of just clicks them together as he says goodbye to the two individuals at the table. And you see him walk off a little bit deeper into the Bell Union, but still within sight. And he goes to a wall, and you didn't notice this at first because it looked like it was just part of the structure itself. And he opens up a door, which looked like it was part of the wall. It doesn't look like it was quote unquote a secret door, but it was something that you hadn't noticed before. It kind of comes away from the wall a bit, then slides, and then you see him walk in. It's dark, and then it slides. It sinks back into the wall. So yes, but the next thing I knew, the giant had grabbed good Mr. Whitman. They struggled a bit. He limped right up behind him, grabbed him, and tossed him about like he was a rag doll. I heard Jacob give a shout, and I believe he even stabbed this mountain of a man. But it did no good, because it wasn't much longer after that the giant removed both of his arms. Like they were but toys.
That's not right, like polite.
It was not. Kind of put a bit of a damper on the whole celebration with Wild Bill and all that. It was the following day.
That clean alley wasn't so clean after that.
No, but I used to go hunting in North Africa with my father also when I was younger, and I learned that...
Wait, Africa?
Oh, yes. Where the wild people live. Africa.
You mean like Indians?
No. Completely different from the Indians. The skin's a little darker. Where the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians lived. They had the pyramids.
Pyramids?
Well, anyway. That's not important to the story. The point of the story here is that
giants.
Father taught me in the face of a fearsome predator. If he doesn't notice you, don't cause anything to have him notice you. Stay hidden, so to speak. Which is what I did. I stayed hidden behind a barrel or two. And I waited until he limped out of sight. I hung around until people showed up. And then he explained, but nobody would believe me. And so I went off. Found a different place to relax for the evening. You notice he's also sweating more than anyone else is right now. I mean, it's hot in here, but he seems to be unnaturally sweating, and his face appears flush, like more flush than he should be for someone who's drinking. But you've taken the time to listen to me, good sir, and I appreciate that. Quite crazy about the strange shadow on his face that I mentioned, eh?
But shadow on his face, I must have missed that part of your story.
Oh, you missed that? Are you sure? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, allow me to tell you. So,
giant of a man.
He was a giant of a man.
You were hiding behind some barrels.
Yes, I was hiding behind some barrels. But I saw him as he limped past me.
Wait, he limped?
Oh, yes. He limped. A distinct limp to him, yes.
Like, was he dragging a foot, or...
Yeah,
just off balance, like one leg was longer than the other?
Huh. No, it seemed as if he was just slightly... Well, no, it seemed as if he was a bit off balance. And yes, that would make sense then, because when he went by and I had left the alleyway, I noticed that there was only one footprint, but next to that was a hoof. And I didn't really think anything of it, but now that you say that, that would make sense. Why he was limping. Well, such as it is.
You know, I heard some tales in my time.
Yes.
You got away with words.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Totally change the topic on him and ask him more about like Africa and pyramids and things like that so that I can add that into my repertoire of stories.
He goes on.
Yeah, and I will enjoy that, and I'll keep my eye on the area that Blanco disappeared into.
Okay.
To see if he comes out that way.
How long are you going to wait?
Till Porter shows back up.
Well, that is an excellent segue. Porter.
That's me. I want to see what's going on. Yes.
Right. Okay. You're walking over there. You're just about to walk in. And you hear, Mr. Holt? Mr. Holt? Is that you? Mr. Holt, Mr. Holt. Pushes his way through the crowd. He comes right up to you. I'm just amazed. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm just as amazed as you are. I'm great. Thanks.
You don't remember me, do you?
You sound familiar.
It's okay. It's okay. Elmer, my brother Jim and I, we met you in Albert Lee. We were waiting for the train. And
we did play poker.
Yes. Well, Jim did. I didn't.
You're right. You didn't.
Yes. I was actually. It's funny. I actually was trying to tell him to maybe not play it so much, but he actually did pretty well and got a decent amount. And then we played with that one other gentleman, not the one who was with you, the older feller, but the other guy who seemed angry. I can't remember his.
It's probably Ted or Alex.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Well, now, what happened to the old feller? Is he with you still, or are you just here on your own?
Oh, I'm sure he's around here or there. We were both headed in the same direction, so.
Oh, so you didn't necessarily travel together?
No, we got separated for a little bit.
Oh, all right. Well, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens. I see you're going into Nuddles. You're a card player like yourself. I suppose you're coming in here to see where he was killed.
That's right.
You know, some people still think he's alive.
I've heard that.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some strange things out here, but I don't think that's really possible. But people like to tell stories.
That's true.
So, well, wow, this is great.
How's your mining been going?
You know, actually, well, it's going. Now, we haven't really found a whole lot. We've actually found a bit more gold than anything else. I mean, we were looking for the ghost rock, and we've gotten this claim, and we're checking it out. It's actually kind of a funny story how we came across the claim. If you guys aren't busy later on, because when we're done with the day or whatever, I would love to catch up.
I believe Josh has got something going on tonight. But if you want to meet early, what time are you thinking?
Jim's out at the claim right now. I came back in just to get a couple of additional supplies, but well, you know, if you'd like, we could before we head out. Our tent's up there. He just points vaguely towards where the tents are. If you're staying somewhere here in town, we can come find you. We'd be more than happy to fix up some breakfast for the two of you. I feel like we kind of have to pay back your, Joshua, you said his name.
Yes.
Pay him back. We picked up another gun.
Oh, yeah?
And it proved quite useful.
Oh, did it?
Well, we ran into a couple of little scrapes.
That sounds like a story he'd love to hear.
I'm sure he would. Well, and I know that he liked to talk about the Sioux. I know that, and yes. Our claim has a little bit of a connection.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, with the Sioux, and so I think that he might appreciate that story as well. But yeah,
I think he would.
Yeah, sure. We'd love to make you gents breakfast.
Okay.
All right. Where are you staying at?
We are staying at the Bella Union.
All right. We'll come by there just a little after sunrise. We like to get up early to get a full day's light out there. With all that's been going on lately, we're trying to play it safe. So to speak. Yeah, we'll come find you.
That sounds like a great plan. Good luck on your claim.
Good luck going in there.
Good luck.
Well, I guess I'm just returning the good luck that you're wishing me. Let's just put it that way.
I will see you tomorrow morning then.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. You enjoy the rest of your day then there, sir.
You too, Elmer.
All right. I will. He just kind of disappears into the crowd. In front of Nutland Man's, there are a number of signs. See the place where Wild Bill was shot. Witness the history. $1. See it now. You gonna go in?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. There's a small amount of people here. This saloon it's not as nearly as nice as Bell Union. It's a bit more on the dingy side in here, but still decent enough. The bar is L-shaped up against a wall, and there's somebody behind there. Over in the corner, you can see a curtained off area, and there's someone just kind of sitting in a chair, and there's a sign, and it says, "See where Wild Bill was shot, $1." To the table next to that, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people sitting around a table. It looks like they are also playing cards. Looks like 4 men, 1 woman. Make me a notice check.
8.
You're looking at the table, and you are a witness to history. As I play the card there, suddenly now recognize 4 of the 5. You recognize Carl Mann, Charlie Rich, Con Stapleton, and the other gentleman goes by the name of Willie Massey. You realize immediately, oh my gosh, those were the people who were playing cards with Wild Bill when he was shot. The woman who's there, you don't recognize, but there is something about her that you find oddly compelling. She's incredibly attractive, and she's dressed very nicely, but there's just something in her face and the way she looks. It stirs something in you that is beyond just like, wow, that's an attractive woman. It's just, it's something else. It hits you on a different level for some reason. You're playing cards, and it's not like you're gawking, but you're looking, and she does make eye contact with you. And she smiles, and her teeth are exceptionally white, to the point where it stands out. Nobody seems to pay any extraordinary attention to you, though.
So there's them playing at the table. There are other tables occupied.
There are other tables that are occupied, and some people are just sitting here. They're just drinking. Some are here. They are playing cards. There's plenty of people up at the bar, a couple people eating. There's a little bit of conversation. No music or anything like that going on in here right at the moment.
Are they serving drinks?
They are serving drinks.
Because after that smile, Porter's going to blush and go get a drink.
All right.
Hurries over.
What can I get you there, Dandy?
Whiskey.
All right. She pours that up for you. Just the one? Or you want the bottle?
No, just the one.
All
just
right.
the one's fine. And then I'm going to probably try and down it all at once.
All right. Want to go take over and look at Wild Bill? Just $1.
That's right. That's what I came here for.
Katie over there. She'll take your money, and she'll let you in.
Which one's that?
She's sitting right in front of the curtain.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
The woman there just looks up at you. Hello?
I'm here to see Wild Bill's where he was shot.
All right. That'll be $1 then, mister. She pulls back the curtain. Go on in if you like. Please try not to touch anything.
I will do my best.
She closes the curtain about 3/4 of the way. In here you see a very nondescript table. There are several chairs around there. The chair directly inside the curtain, you can see on the table and even on the floor around there, you can see the dried blood stains from clearly wherever the angle that McCall was shot while Bill, the spray of blood that hit there. They're also sitting on the table. The only thing sitting on the table is a ceremonial. You can tell that it was placed there more for effect than actuality. It is a pair of aces, pair of eights. As legend says, was the hand that Wild Bill had in his hand when he was killed, thus the dead man's hand. You can make me a spirit roll.
6.
There is an eerie sense beyond the fact that there's the dark curtain with a little bit of light behind you, and there's like a lantern on the wall providing the light interior in here. I mean, that creates a bit of an eerie situation with the shadows and whatnot, but you do feel a sense of something more in here, just not quite sure what it is. Okay, you can cast hunch.
I'm going to use hunch.
All right.
Probably even kneel down and maybe touch the dried blood.
Ooh, okay.
Because then I can be witness to history a second time, hopefully.
Yes, you can. Let's cast that hunch. Because of the nature of this place, for various reasons, which may or may not come evident, I'm going to give you a +2 to your roll that you have to make. Are you using power points or are you going to deal?
Oh, no. In this place?
Yeah.
I'm dealing. Are you kidding? There is a joker in there.
Nice.
But the problem is that I've got a flush with an ace and a king.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that
I'm
is...
assuming that's got to get you at least a raise.
That's a success with a raise.
Okay. So you're touching the blood, and your first flashback goes back to, well, you're not really sure, but you can see that there's a poker game being played with all of the individuals who you just saw on the other side of the curtain. Mm-hmm. They're all sitting around the table playing it. Although, with the one exception, the woman who is there, she was not playing. She was just sitting behind one of the other men, watching the game.
And she was playing out there.
She was playing out there. They're playing the game. Then you see horrified looks on faces around the table. You feel kind of a sharp prick of pain in the back of your neck. You look down and you see blood all over the table. It then flashes to black. You can hear muffled voices, and you can hear a woman's voice very distinctly, and she sounds very angry. It sounds like she's swearing a lot, but it's hard to make out what she's saying. Then there's a couple flashes of bright light. You feel like the world has closed in on you. It is compressing. And the next thing you realize is you see dirt kind of moving away from you. It's storming out, and there's lightning flashes. And there is a woman who's standing there next to you, kneeling by what you think must be a grave of some sort. You can't quite make out what's written on there. It's not the woman who is sitting out there, though. The face and the dress are quite different. Dressed very differently. You feel a hot flush of anger. You see a few other faces kind of flash in you, not getting a read on exactly who they are. One face that you do recognize, and that's Jack McCall. But that's just a brief flash. The next thing that you see, though, is a rapid-fire series of images that you've kind of experienced before, and then you find yourself inside a building of some sort. You're slowly walking through the building. You come up to a bed off to your side. There's an armoire off to your right. You turn from the armoire and you look to the right, and there's a mirror there. And then you briefly see a face that isn't yours, and it's got the big handlebar mustache, and something's wrong with the face. But then that transfers from that face to your face, and you see yourself, but you realize that the previous face is now also looking at you. Like, literally looking at you, as if it was standing right next to you. So it's almost like something has entered your hunch and is looking back at you. There's that realization, and that face kind of gets a little angry, and then there's another flash, and then that's when you come out of it.
As I just experienced Wild Bill's death and burying, which is also one of my greatest fears, I believe a guts check is probably
that's probably
in order.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I had a -2, thanks to my hindrances, I guess.
Don't forget to add your grit, though. Oh my gosh.
Double explode to a 5.
Gee, so what is that, 17?
17 -2 plus 3.
Plus 3,
So 18.
Wow. All right.
I expected to be running out of there. I'm not.
So as you come out of the hunch and you realize that, Wild Bill actually is not dead.
Yes.
And B, He saw me in his head.
Oh boy.
Reliving his memories. You are kind of gripping the table, breathing heavy a little bit. You're not panicked. And then you hear Katie's voice go, Mister, you okay in there?
I'm fine.
All right. Your time's almost up there, sir.
I'm coming out.
As you come out...
I take a moment to compose myself.
Okay.
Get some color back in the cheeks. Yeah. And step out.
You make your way out. One of the men at the table says, "Did you like what you saw in there? Like looking at a dead man's chair?" Before you can speak, the woman, Willie, just let the man have his fun. He's okay. It's okay.
I just wanted to see where a great man was hurt.
One of the other men says, "He was a great man. He was indeed." And the woman says, yes, he was. Yes, he was. And she looks at you and she smiles. You okay, sugar?
I'll be fine. Just,
Don't let these men bother you. You're welcome to come and sit with us if you like. We're just playing some friendly cards. We're playing a game to honor Wild Bill's memory. And you just heard him, Willie. He said he came here to see where a great man had died. We all agree Bill was a great man. And so come on, he's honoring him too. He probably doesn't know him like the rest of us do. But look at him. He's even still got cards in his hand. He probably wants to play some cards. And one of the other guys stands up. If you want to play cards with them, you're welcome to. I've got things I need to do around town here myself. Charlie, Colin, Willie, Miss Watili, I need to go. But sir, you're welcome to take my place if you like. The gentleman, and he's well dressed. He looks like a respectable businessman. He makes his way out. Looks at you. Be careful, there are no amateurs.
I gathered. I'm glad more than half my money's in the bank.
Are you going to sit down with him?
Yeah, I'll sit down. Looking completely out of place and a little frightened.
Appearance-wise, the woman, and she introduces herself. My name is Jasmine. Jasmine Watili. And you are?
Porter Holt.
Oh. She's leaning in just slightly to you, and she just breathes deeply in through her nose. Porter, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's nice to meet you too, ma'am.
Yes. This swarthy-looking individual, Charlie Rich. When you look at him, he almost looks like a carbon copy of Joshua. He looks like a serious-ass gunman. Yeah, he's younger than Joshua, for sure.
Oh, okay.
And then Constapleton, he probably also looks like a bit of a trail rider of sorts. And then Willie Massey is dressed in more ragged clothes, kind of looser-fitting shirt. He has on one of those hats that you would associate with like a steamboat captain. So it's not necessarily a captain's hat, but it's one of the ones almost like a somebody who like shovels coal one way, but it's a looser hat. And as I mentioned before, Jasmine is in a very nice looking gown. Her hair's all done up, got a little bonnet on. Well, not a bonnet, but a nice hat. And then she has the long gloves as well.
Okay, now that I'm completely overwhelmed and out of my depth.
And they commence dealing cards.
Looks like Porter is about to get himself dealt into a bit of history of his own. We'll see how he fares at the table in our next issue, The Game. The part of Joshua Young is played by Brent Rich. Porter Holt is played by Brad Smith. And your intrepid marshal is played by Chris Hussey. Deadlands and Savage Worlds are the property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Learn more about their great games at their website, peginc.com. And of course, thanks always to our friends at Fear the Boot. support their Patreon at patreon.com/feartheboot. Thanks also to their network, the RPG Academy, for their support. Learn about them at therpgacademy.com. Intro music provided by the Eaglestone Collective. Sound effects by Plate Mail Games. Hear what they have to offer at platemailgames.com. Contact information for the cast, as well as music links, can be found in the notes on our website, youngandholt.com. If you enjoy these issues, please consider dispensing a lovely 5-star review on wherever you do listen from. Search for Fear the Boot Actual Play. It's kindly appreciated. I'm Ernest Wick for the Tombstone Epitaph. And remember, the first time someone bets, it's to win. The rest of the time, it's to get even.